go over here and see what Beatdown's got.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Tom Lloyd here at the Beatdown booth. Wanted to tell you about this new pole system that we have for the tracks. Whether it's Cisco track or whatever other type of track system, we have this available. Obviously, the breakaway pole or the fixed pole. This breakaway one is a 2-pole-in-1 system, though. You can actually flip this around to get both versions of that pole, the fixed or the breakaway. And then the other thing that we have is the track system to allow you to maneuver that in the track of your boat. So if you have that Cisco track on the side of your boat, whether you got a walleye boat, catfish, crappie, whatever the case may be, it's going to allow you to maneuver that particular track in that track system. So check it out, beatdownoutdoors.com, and remember, can't beat a beatdown. See you guys.
Tell you guys, Beatdown makes some really nice stuff.
This system, it clamps around the pole, so
you can spin it and turn it any way you want. Lock it in any position.
Any position, any height. So anywhere in between, if you want this a little bit lower, put it right there if you want
like
to.
That.
Yep. You just unscrew that cap. Whenever you're ready to move, you just lock them both down. Unscrew this cap. The extension goes in. Open it up.
And they got some really nice stuff here. The Beatdown booth.
It comes with small ones at 1/18 foot.
Hey guys, this is Beatdown's new. Well, they've had it out for a while, but it's a pretty neat console mount. This thing has all kinds of adjustment on it. It'll turn. You slide units back and forth, front and back. That's very adjustable. Pretty neat, huh? Here's our manual live scope pole. It's got a breakaway on it, breakaway system. All right, guys, we're over here in the Garmin booth. We take a look around here. Yeah, this is the new Force Pro trolling motor. So they've added that button on there. Just double click it.
The new one does, yeah.
Can you have two different speeds in forward and reverse, or is it the same speed?
Yeah, it'll remember your last speed too. So if you crank that up right there,
okay,
right there.
All right.
I wouldn't recommend.
I know that
over 50, just because you're going to get a lot of. But so that's kind of the sweet spot. Then it'll remember that when you go back and forth.
Okay, so we're in forward. I'm just gonna go down to 3.
Now go back.
Now we're gonna go back, and it remembered. The only thing I wish they would change is when you turn the power off and power it back on, it would remember where it was at. That would be. It always goes back to 0, but it's probably
that's more of a safety.
I figured that, because really the only thing they changed was the head size.
The head
to be able to put the.
So in the head we put we mimic the Kraken.
Okay.
Our Kraken. So basically, and we added a GPS L5. So now we got like the first Pro only had L1, so single band GPS. We added dual band GPS, which gives us better surrounding from the satellites, which is what we have in our Kraken. So we got L5 and L1 GPS up in the head. We put the light up here. We put the locking collar.
Yep.
That doesn't keep it from, you still have to tighten it.
Correct.
To keep it from slipping, but it's just going to keep the collar from moving. And we got the GT56 in here, and the pole cable, new pole cable. We also did a little bit of change on the ferrule. So thicker pole cable Did a little bit of change on the ferrule that goes through, so it's more angled a little bit. But other than that, the majority, and then the control board inside, everything else is
the same,
pretty much the same. And this is just a tad bit shorter. The depth,
it is
depth limit just a tad bit shorter. Yep, because the other one had the 6 screws in it. This has it had the 6. This just has the 4. So it was up just a little bit taller.
Now
so you can drop it down just a little bit lower.
But could you, for the older Force, could you order that collar to get a little bit more depth?
Should be. That should be a part that will be. It might be a service part, but it should be available as a service part, backwards compatible, because we didn't change this stuff. So even the collar, we're not selling this as a separate, but from a service kit, it could be backwards compatible.
So what really? Is this nut the same length and same size? Everything's the same. You just added these.
We added our deal for this,
and that was it.
Yeah. And the GT56 before, I mean, you could have put a different nose cone on it before on the Force and added a 56 if you wanted to go up through the top. And the power connections are a little bit different up there at the top, but it doesn't. It's still power. It's still the dual. We wind them the 210 gauge for a reason.
Yeah.
For noise and everything else, but it's still the same up there. It's just different how it connects.
Because really the Force, I mean, my spot lock works really well.
It really is.
It's really not.
Here's the deal. It's okay. So the heading sensor's in here. If your cable's sitting over here like this, you're probably going to get some interference. It's all about heading and GPS. That's what holds you in place, right? So that's why we got a little bit thicker cable, stuff like that. The L5 dual band up here is that's the added, what you're getting out of it, right? So, but I've been on boats, I can hold it in place. If I'm on a really, really windy lake or whatever, I mean, like, I was out there like a couple days ago, I mean, it's gonna work overtime, and it's gonna be flipping back around. So that's part of that reverse activity. Is I no longer have to go like this. I just go in. It goes into reverse automatically in anchor lock. That's the whole difference. Is you're not wondering so much, and we have anchor gains in there to allow you to, if you play with them, to allow you to adjust that. But yeah, that's what it's all going in and doing the rewind. That's the huge part. That's what I was talking about, the Kraken. It really has the same DNA across we learned. Just like having your first whatever, and then we learn on the Kraken, and then we just took the same DNA into it. So. And the remote. So the double prop or double anchor will do that reverse. So you can do it on either side.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just the one side.
If you're doing a remote, it's double prop.
It is?
Yeah. So that's. I think the reason why we went that is because some people on the anchor lock will lock their anchor so they're not accidentally hitting it because of where it sits. So I think that's why they did the dual way.
But the foot pedal never changed.
No,
you just reprogrammed the buttons.
That's correct. We just programmed the buttons.
Yeah.
Essentially, by looking at it, it really does look like a Force.
Yeah.
So other than the only real notice is you would notice by the collar,
Yeah, and that collar does loosen up, you know.
It does, yeah. So having that lock in there is it's just the main thing is what we're trying to get across. You still have to tighten it. Right?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Some people won't. They're gonna.
So because if they took and pull this down and they loosen it and put it in, it's barely loose. It's still going to slip.
It's still going to slip. Yeah, you still got to put some.
You would power it up here, 12 volts. We have HDMI and USB-C that would go to the Garmin unit, correct? And then if we had this other USB-C, would that be used for the NBT? What if you didn't have an NBT and you had a Garmin up there? Would you still have to hook?
No, you only have to put it into one graph.
So you only have to hook it to one graft, and as long as all those grafts are networked, you could go to any graft and get out of here. Okay, so say we had two NBTs, two Garmins. This USB would go to one of the NBTs. Would we have to use another?
No, it just has a bunch of extra USBs just in case. Other stuff, updates, map cards, whatever else.
Okay.
USB chips.
And then it has Wi-Fi built in, and that's for an antenna, I assume. And that's for GPS.
Yeah, the puck.
Okay, now, if you're pulling your maps into if you're going to say you wanted to use not the Garmin maps, but you were going to use Humminbird maps, then would it have to use this GPS?
Yes.
So, other than the Garmin maps,
You have to use that too.
you use this. And what kind of antenna? I mean, GPS puck does it accept? Like a, is it? Oh, it comes with it. Okay, comes with it. And this is basically a computer, waterproof computer. You said if you wanted to live stream out of here,
Yeah.
how would you connect the internet to it besides wireless? Is there
It's
a?
an RJ45 port.
Okay, so it's, and then you could take your camera on HDMI out of here, and it would actually stream or record to the camera. Gotcha. Okay. Man, I like this thing. Yeah, it's really nice. Do you have plenty of storage? I mean, like for all apps?
It's got 100 gigs in it.
100 gigs. Yeah. And it's called the
HQ box.
HQ box.
Yeah.
All right, guys, what this is basically a waterproof computer. It runs on Android platform where you can actually get any maps from any company that you want on your Garmin unit or NBT unit. So if you want Humminbird or Lowrance mapping, you can get it. So in order to access the computer portion of the NBT unit, you would just go to Home, you would go to Vessel, you would go to Video, and that pulls up. So he's got Humminbird mapping on his unit. Now, in order to save waypoints and navigate with this mapping, since it's not Garmin, it uses his GPS puck that connects to the unit, so you would have to have another GPS external antenna mounted. I haven't seen it, but I believe it's pretty small. And it looks like he also has Google Earth on here, which is pretty neat. Now, from my understanding is you can hotspot to this with mobile device. You could actually download any apps you want. You could even watch TV if you want it on your screen. It's pretty cool. Hey Josh, how you doing, buddy?
Doing good. How are you doing?
Good.
You getting one?
Nah, I don't have any room. I'm running a 8622 up front and a 16.
Yeah. That won't fit then.
What's up, boss?
How's it going?
How you doing? Doing okay, man. Good to see you again.
You all right?
Yeah. Good to see you again. We've been talking about these batteries.
All right.
Everybody's been talking about these
Everybody's been talking about them.
These batteries, boy.
We're in the Lithium battery booth. Let's see what kind of batteries they have. This is a marine starting battery, a 12.8 volt, 20 amp hour, $239.99. Not a bad price. Really light. I'm assuming you could put this in your lawnmower, personal watercraft possibly. Looks like there's, lot of different applications for it. 16 volt, 60 amp hour electronics battery. It's got Bluetooth. We've got a 12.8 volt, 100 amp hour smart, which is the Bluetooth outboard cranking battery. Not for sure on what motors it will actually crank. Definitely under the 250 horsepower range. This is a cutaway of one of their batteries to show you what the inside of it looks like. There's the BMS, and it looks like they make their own BMS. So it's their own. They're not using somebody else's. And everything in there looks pretty nice. It's all that's soldered. Looks like it's got some big wire going to the terminals. Really nice, grade A cells. There's a 12.8 volt, 100 amp hour smart trolling motor battery. Group 31. We got the 140 amp hour dual purpose cranking battery. Now that battery will crank a 250 horse motor. I have been told that it will crank a show. It does work on a show. It is Bluetooth, dual purpose, Group 31. It has a heater in it, so if the temperature gets below, I'm assuming 35 to 40 degrees, the heater will come on, and if you're going to charge it. So, you know, of course, lithiums, you do not want to charge them under a certain temperature. They will not charge. They have a shut off on them that they will not charge if it's too cold. Is a cutout of that battery. There's the BMS, all soldered wires. Pretty nice. Really nice. I have that battery right now. It's a really good battery. Now, this is a new battery, I believe, that they're coming out with, or they have came out with. It's a 12.8 volt, 165 amp hour Group 31 smart Bluetooth battery, and that's a great price, $329.99. There's a 25.6 volt, which is for 24 volt system, 50 amp hour Bluetooth smart battery, $279.99. And they also have a 38.4 volt, 50 amp hour trolling motor battery for the, of course, 36 volt trolling motors, $399.99. That's a great price for that. And then I see they've got 3 different chargers here. They've got a 29.2 volt, 10 amp with a 12 volt, 14.6 volt, 10 amp charger. So you can actually charge one 24 volt and one 12 volt battery with that charger. They also have a 43.8 volt 10 amp and a 14.6 volt 10 amp charger, and that would charge your 36 volt and a 12 volt battery at the same time, 10 amps each. And then it looks like they have a 3-bank 14.6 volt charger that will charge 3 12 volt batteries at the same time. $179.99. I do not see a price on the 36 and a 12 volt charger. This MotorMate is the best by far on the market. I've had all of them over the years.
Okay,
so
I appreciate it. I've been with the company 7.
So
yeah. I took a 1-year lapse. But I was here when Clifton used to go around to shows and all that. So
you guys have a good warranty. I haven't had to use a warranty. I mean, I don't know of anything else you could improve.
If you look here, full weld.
Okay.
So we're messing around with robotics right now and trying to get it to where we're going to robotic weld those instead of braze. Because right now, you see here we're brazing
Yeah, I did not know you even had a stainless one. That's pretty neat.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's actually what it looks like before it's powder coated, before it's sandblasted or dipped in acid.
So that really, this is stainless.
Yeah, all of it is.
Okay, I didn't know. I didn't know.
Yep, underneath the powder coat, it's
I haven't had anything with paint or anything over it might have been 5 years I've had the thing. It's been a while.
Yeah, they last forever.
Oh yeah, you don't.
We do our best to make sure it doesn't happen.
Yeah, well,
I appreciate it.
it'll be the only one you ever have to buy. That's for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Hey, Stan.
Hey, how you doing, man?
You remember me?
Oh yeah.
How you doing, bud?
Met you over at Fritz.
Yeah, yes, sir.
David Fritz
English
Outdoor.
Choice,
Used to be, English Choice. Yeah.
Stan's quite the crappie angler, man. Look, have you seen the new stuff yet? Have you used them yet?
Those are nice. Man, them are nice. I mean, all that stuff.
Stan, I've got your social media that I follow. Let me talk to the guys and see if I can't get you a set of these crappie jigs sent out your way.
Okay. Yeah,
I think you would really enjoy them. And they're all glow in the dark.
Oh, really?
Every one of them. So we have this the chartreuse, the pink, and then we have like a shad with the white, and they're all glow in the dark.
Yeah, that's some nice stuff.
Yeah, man.
So what?
So these are the only two soft plastics that we make.
Gotcha.
But those are our custom designs. So that's our stick and our crawl. The crawl was designed to be a jig trailer. I fish this on a Ned rig. I do a lot of Ned fishing. I say about 80% of my Ned fish have came on this crawl. I swear by it. And if I'm not Ned fishing it, I'm fishing this exact setup right here. Especially right now where they're moving up shallow, I'll put that on with a little 2-aught hook, and I'll throw up there. I get the jig presentation without worrying about getting hung up on anything, and I love it. And this is something we're working with new for like live well treatment. We're thinking about getting in this business. This is the blood stop and then the treatment tablets.
Okay. Now you guys have some really nice stuff. Those sinkers are really nice. I use those sinkers all. That's what I use for crappie with a long rod.
There you go. Yeah.
I like the.
You got a good price point on it too.
Oh yeah. All right. I'll see you.
I'll get you.
See you in North Carolina.
Yes, sir. Are you want to do cash or card?